my name is Luann Pikett. Welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm making another lovely dessert for Sunday, and I am going to make today a peach blueberry crumb pie. It's just the same recipe as my peach pie, only instead of all peaches, we're doing peaches and blueberries. I've already washed my blueberries, put them in here, and I've also got the peaches sliced, and they're in the bottom of that. And this is about 3 cups. I don't know if it's going to be the right amount, but we're going to try. So then I'm going to add, it tells to mix into that. We're going to mix a 1/2 cup of sugar. So I'm going to measure 1/2 cup of sugar here. My sugar has lumps. So let's do, this is a 1/4 cup. Let me, I guess I need to flip this around first, don't I? You're just going to be watching me. That's going to be exciting. Okay, here we go. Let me get this already. There we go. Okay, so there's my bowl. So let's put in 1/2 cup of sugar. So here's a 1/4 cup. And another 1/4 cup. I've gotten to where now sugar, I get it from the store and it's already lumpy. You know, what's the deal with that? Then we're going to add, I've got more than one recipe out over here, and I've got to go in between them. Okay, so now I'm going to get a 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. Let me get rid of that. Let me get my cinnamon here. I've got my oven on 425. I have my pie crust. That's just a frozen pie crust. You can make your own. You can use the ones that kind of roll, whatever you like. But I pre-bake my pie crust for about 5 minutes so it isn't completely raw, because I really hate getting a pie and finding out the crust is raw in the bottom. So I pre-bake it a little bit. Okay, so we're going to have 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon. Yep, this has some cinnamon in this recipe. And 2 tablespoons of cornstarch. This will thicken it up for us. Okay, so there's that. Then we're going to add, hunting for my lids all over here. Then we're going to stir that, and then we're going to add a teaspoon and a half of lemon juice. Let's see. Here we go. Shoot this little whisk. And get that all stirred. Now I'm making a crumb topping for this pie. You can put another pie crust on it. I love crumb topping though. So I'm going to add my fruit here first, and then I'm going to add, see, there's my peaches. Then I'm going to add the lemon juice with it. I'm just not getting them all out of there. Hold on, they're sticking. Okay, now my hand's sticky. Cooking is messy. Okay, so then I'm going to add my 1.5 teaspoons of lemon juice. So here I'm going to squeeze my lemon juice in that little bowl. Here's my lemon. I love this lemon squeezer, Bed Bath & Beyond. My favorite lemon squeezer. It's so fast. You just put it in there and squeeze, no seeds, and poof, we're done. All right, so let me see. 1.5 teaspoons. I got a 1/2 teaspoon over here. And I'm going to add that in. Just dribble it in there. Teaspoon and a 1.5 teaspoons. Okay, so there's our little bit of lemon juice. So then let's take, oh, this is the fork I used to prick the pie. Let's use that. Prick the pie crust. Let's stir that up really well. Uh-oh, I just saw a blueberry with a stem. Where'd he go? I thought I got all those. I think I missed one. Well, one of us is going to get a stem. Oh, well. I'm hunting for it. Maybe it was in my imagination. Maybe it wasn't a stem. Oh, nope, there he is. There, got it. Hopefully that was the only one. Let's just say it was. Oh, no, I think I just saw another one. Well, I didn't do so good a job with this, did I? Do the stems soften if you cook them? I don't think I've ever had a stem in it before. How are you doing? Hello and hello. Okay, so doesn't that look good? Peaches and blueberries are good together. That way it's not just, you know, too much blueberry. Yummy. Okay, so, well, I don't see a stem. All right. So we'll say it's good. I don't see it. But we're gonna pour it in our crust. That's, yep, you can see that right over here. Kind of try to keep it mixed a little bit. I just want to eat these peaches. These peaches were good. I just got them in the store. Sometimes you can't find good peaches in the store, but these were pretty good. Trying to keep it mixed pretty well. Put all that filling in there. I probably could have used more filling, but this way it won't bubble over. Be less calories too. Definitely could have used a little more fruit. That was 3 peaches, so I would say I could have used more 4 or 5 peaches. At least probably 5 peaches. Still going to be really good. Okay, so now let's make our crumb topping. So I'm going to use 1/2 cup of sugar. You can use brown sugar, white sugar. I'm going to use just the white sugar this time. Let's move that over here. It's my 1/2 cup of sugar. 3/4 cup of flour. And this is pretty quick. That's what I like about this. It's not going to take long at all to make this. 3/4 cup of flour. And of course you can put another pie crust or a lattice pie crust or decorator pieces or something if you'd rather. But oh, I love crumb toppings on pie, especially apple pie. Ooh, that's so good. Okay, so I'm going to mix those together just with my little pastry cutter. That mix. Then I'm going to take my butter. This is cold butter, and I'm going to cut it in little pieces. I've also heard you can like put it in a grater and grate it if you want. And I'm just going to cut little cubes, kind of get it to be already sort of small. And then we mix it into our flour and sugar, and you have an instant crumb topping. There we go. These are our little pieces. You can rub this in with your fingers. You can use a couple of knives. You can use a fork. Or if you have a pastry cutter like I do, you can use that. But you just want to kind of get it mixed together till it looks crumbly. And it's not hard. It does take a couple minutes to do. And I'm dropping my butter off my paper. Get back on there. And this is 1/3 cup of butter, which it's actually 5 1/3 tablespoons is what that is. But if you get the butter, you know, it'll tell you on there where the 1/3 cup is. So you know where to cut it. So 1/3 cup of butter. Then we take our pastry blender or whatever you're using and start kind of smashing it in. And it'll look at first like it's never going to go, but it will. You just have to keep going. It's a good exercise, a good arm exercise for you. At least for one of your arms. It looks good so far, thank you. Yeah, I think that's going to be good. It needs a little more filling, but that's okay. It'll be a thin pie. You know why? This is a deep dish pie. And I think when I made my peach pie before, I didn't use a deep dish. I just used a regular. That's why it looks like there's not much in it. This is the deep dish one. It will be perfect. Okay, so you see I've still got pretty big chunks of butter in here, so you just keep smashing at them and taking it off of here. Go. Getting closer. See how it just looks kind of crumbly now? That's what you want. I was trying to make sure I don't have any real big pieces of butter. Although if you did, you won't hurt anything. Just trying to get it where it's all similar. It's kind of drier at the bottom. just about done. And my arm is about done. My arm says, ow. We're tired. Okay. Now let's move this on over here. Let's move the camera. There we go. Doesn't that look yummy? Oh. Okay, so we're just going to take and we're going to sprinkle this on top. And cover that, and this will brown in the oven and be crispy. So then you're going to bake this at 425 for 10 minutes. And then you're going to reduce it to, let's see, what does it say? We're going to reduce it to 350 for 30 to 40 minutes after that first 10 minutes. There we go. So then once you get him in there, you spread it around evenly. Really easy to do. There we go. He's ready for the oven, so let me put that in. Set my timer. I've already got it on. It's on 425. Is that what I said? Set that for 10 minutes, and then about in an hour, I'll have a pie. So I'll take the picture of it, put that in later, and there we go. Dessert is now ready for tomorrow. Let me get this to flip around. There we go. Okay, so I hope you have a good night. I hope you enjoyed it and try it out. And then next week we'll make something else good. And I'll see you later. Bye.